right downtown Toronto. We call it the center of the universe, but not really. I'm mostly lived in Toronto area. I've worked in the States a couple times, but generally Toronto, and been selling real estate for a very long time. Let's just call it that. I have lots of friends that I like to hang out with. I travel a lot, love to cook, and I'm trying to learn how to play the mandolin right now. So that's my big challenge this month, this year. I grew up in a family that was, my stepmother was a real estate broker. My dad built cottages. So it was always kind of in the blood, so to speak. I found that I just got excited about helping people find homes, and that's never really gone away. I've done it my whole life. I had experience with, I worked with Remax when they first came out. It was new, it was exciting at the time, years and years ago. And then I had my own brokerage for quite a while. And then when the pandemic happened, I just happened to sell my portion of the brokerage, got out of it, and went to another company, EXP, which I really loved. I loved working for EXP. However, the one missing thing that I felt they didn't have that LPT has is a two-tier plan. Because in Toronto, most agents do a certain number of deals. It's not an overwhelming number of deals, but they make good money because the price points here are higher. So it's a lot easier to bring people into LPT and work with them to build their business when it's, these two different plans, which are, brilliant. Being, one of the first of anything is always scary. So when you come over to a new company, I followed LPT in the US because I knew Michael Valdez from a previous company, and I had other friends that were with LPT. So I thought it was a really interesting program, but it wasn't here. And when it came here, it was, it just sort of didn't go very quick. And then all of a sudden overnight, a couple of people like Sean Getty and Jennifer Jones moved into it, and it's starting to become a little more mainstream. And so being an early adopter, which I consider myself to be, there's always growing pains. It's like, they always say that business is messy. It takes a while for everything to land properly, but it's exciting when you're something new. And I think that this is the best thing going right now. Like I said, new beginnings, building a culture with people that you admire and look forward to being with. It's nice. And I have friends from Halifax that have just joined, and building that network again is really exciting to me. I think it's everything, because every brokerage offers something. They've all got training, they all have commission splits, they all have their branding, but the key thing for any one individual is, where do I fit in this culture? Is this align with who I am and what I bring to the table? And that was a resounding yes with LPT. On a bigger scale, I guess the team being LPT across Canada, I'm an individual agent, but being part of that big team, it means referrals, it means getting great information. Like, we were on a session this morning where I learned an awful lot from somebody, one of the leaders in the company. And, agents pay a lot of money to go to these conferences to learn how to do the stuff that we're being taught as part of this culture, part of this group. And so it's amazing that way. Because I've been around a long time, most of my business has been repeat and referral. And I'm just looking at expanding my sphere of influence and maybe bringing in a new breed of younger clients, stuff like that, because I want to be able to build a team that I can just sort of feed them the leads. And I'm goal driven. I like to succeed. AI, catching up on, it's amazing some of the things you can do now with AI, but you still have to get in front of people and be personable and all of that. But just learning how to bring in all the new tools that are going to change the way people market properties. And it's a new way of doing business. It's not like it was. Who or what inspires me? Well, I think that what I just said about how the things are changing with branding and marketing through AI, like being on top of that and being able to bring that to your customers, and to learn from other people that are, light years ahead of me as far as growth in those areas. That's kind of exciting to me. Run. No, just kidding. You know what? I always say that if you're teachable, likable, and honest, you can build a business. So if you've got more than 3 friends on Facebook, you're probably doing okay. You know what I mean? Like you've got to start with being an outgoing person. I think that's the first step, and just learning how to reach out and be likable and be honest. Well, hello. No, I just, I'm very excited about this company. I think we're going to see exponential growth in the next while, and I'm glad to be a part of it. And look for me online. I'll be there.